to have His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhuji to enlighten us on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela, 9th chapter 9 and text number 1 onwards. So, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. So, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving a valuable association and time. Now, I would like to hand over the call to you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Can you see my video? Is it possible?
Not now, Prabhu.
Is it visible?
Yes.
No. Yeah, we can see you. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mataji, for kindly inviting me here to speak something on Chaitanya Charitamrita. I am very thankful to the organizers of Bhakti Sangha Japa conference for kindly organizing this talk, for inviting me. Shama Gauri Mataji, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all dear devotees who are kindly organizing this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference. My sincere thanks to them. My sincere thanks also to all the devotees who have kindly joined in and who are viewing from different parts of the world. Today's talk is on Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela, 9th chapter, first verse. So, before we begin, the Shishta Parampara, that is the tradition set by the previous acharyas, is to perform Mangalacharan before we begin. So I will begin with Mangalacharan. Most of us already know these verses, so you can kindly sing along with me. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri YutapadaKamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Thank you very much, dear devotees, once again for kindly inviting me here to speak something on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. These are the sweet pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, narrated by our very own Acharya, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So, today is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela. I have to speak on the first verse of the 9th chapter. And this first verse is describing the constant flow of prema, Gaura prema specifically. There is no purport to this verse, but fortunately for us, there is a purport in the form of the introduction given by Srila Prabhupada. So what I am going to do is, I am going to read the introduction given by Srila Prabhupada. I am going to explain something about the introduction, and we'll consider the introduction itself as a purport, and I'll read the first verse, explain the meaning, and then we'll try to explore the subject matter. Because the purport appears after 10 verses or so, and I don't want to rush into 10 verses, because let some other devotee explain, take time and explain all these verses nicely. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to speak the introduction and the first verse, and we'll consider the introduction itself as a purport, and then we will try to explore the subject matter. So Srila Prabhupada introduces Antya Leela, chapter 9, and this is a short introduction given by Srila Prabhupada for Antya Leela, 9th chapter. This introduction is as follows. The 9th chapter is summarized as follows. Gopinath Pattanayak, the son of Bhavanand Rai, was engaged in the service of the government, but he misappropriated some funds from the treasury. Therefore, the Badajana, the eldest son of King Prataparudra, ordered that he be punished by death. Thus, Gopinath Pattanayak was raised on the Chang to be killed. But by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was delivered. Moreover, he was even promoted to a higher post. So, this is the summary of the chapter given by Srila Prabhupada. Now, amongst Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates, there are various devotees who came from Gauda Desh, that is Bengal. Bengal in those days included West and East both. And then there were some devotees who belonged to Orissa. So Sri Bhavananda Rai was one devotee, one associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who belonged to Orissa. Now Sri Bhavananda Rai, he had 5 sons. These 5 sons were named Ramananda, whose name is Sri Ramananda Rai. Second was Gopinath. Third was Vaninath. Fourth was Sudhanidhi. And fifth was Kulanidhi. So these are the 5 sons of Sri Bhavananda Rai. So the eldest son was Sri Ramananda Rai, and Gopinath Pattanayak. So Gopinath Pattanayak is the biological brother of Sri Ramananda Rai. So Sri Ramananda Rai was also engaged in the service of King Prataparudra. Similarly, Gopinath Pattanayak was also engaged in the service of King Prataparudra. At one point of time, there was some, alleged, there was some allegation of misappropriation of funds from the treasury. The exact allegation was that he had misappropriated 200,000 kaudis. Kaudi is, in those days they used to have kaudi. Kaudi is like a seashell. So he misappropriated 200,000 kaudis from the treasury. So when Gopinath Pattanayak was questioned about this, at that point of time, Gopinath Pattanayak said, to the king, Maharaj Prataparudra, that I don't know how this um, uh, accounts are not matching, and there are 200,000 kaudis missing. So what I will do is, I will sell some of my horses. I have some horses with me. I will sell some of my horses to you, and in this way you can recover your 200,000 kauris. So King Prataparudra, he sent his eldest son. His eldest son's, his name here is given as Badajana. But Badajana, his name is Purushottama Jana. His name is Purushottama Jana. So Purushottama Jana, since he is the eldest son, therefore Purushottama Jana was known as Badajana. Bada means eldest. So Purushottam Jana was the eldest son, and he had a very he had very good experience of dealing with horses. And he understood what is the quality of a horse, how much price it should be purchased for, etc. So Purushottam Jana, he came and saw the horses which were there with Gopinath Pattanayak. And Gopinath Pattanayak had good quality horses, and they could be, if you sold them, you could recover 200,000 kaudis. But this Purushottam Jana, he purposely quoted a very low price for them. He said these horses are for very low price. And then when Gopinath Pattanayak would say, it's not like that. This horse is for this many kaudis, that horse is for that many kaudis. You can get that price on the market. So at that time, what Purushottam Jana would do, Purushottam Jana would, he would twist his neck and look up in the sky as if he's ignoring what Gopinath Pattanayak has to say. He's thinking a lot, ignoring, and then pretending to listen but not actually listening. So like this, he was looking in the sky, twisting his neck here and there, and then he's saying, "No, I don't think so. I don't think they cost so much." At that point of time, Gopinath Pattanayak became a little angry, and Gopinath Pattanayak says, "Howsoever my horses are, at least my horses don't turn their neck and look in the sky. Therefore, you know, definitely, you know, internally, what he wanted to say is that at least my horses are not as bad as you. My horses listen to me. You are not even listening to me." So at that point of time, Purushottam Jana became angry. The deal was cancelled. Purushottam Jana came back to Maharaj Prataprudra and he ordered that Gopinath Pattanayak should be put to death. So Gopinath Pattanayak was raised on a platform which is called as Changa. And in those days, Changa was a platform on which a person would be raised and he would be thrown down. There would be sharp swords underneath. So that person would fall on those sharp swords and would be killed. So he was about to be killed, but then by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that execution was stopped midway. And how that happened is a mystery which I don't want to reveal at the beginning of the chapter. But this is a small explanation of the summary that Srila Prabhupada has given about the chapter. Now let's move ahead and see the first verse, and we'll see the synonyms and we'll try to see the translation. We also have a very special commentary on this verse today. Let's see who is the commentator on this verse today, but we'll see the verse in translation by Srila Prabhupada. So this verse is describing the Prema Vanya. Prema Vanya is Vanya means a flood or a deluge, which is of Prema Ras. So a flood of Prema Ras which has been caused by the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We can see here an ancient painting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing and flooding the world with Prema along with his associates. Now there is no distinction here of Varna and Ashram. You can see in Panchatattva itself, Sri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas. These are our Panchatattva. In Panchatattva itself, Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi. Nityanand Prabhu is a grihastha. So we have one grihastha. Sri Advaita is another grihastha. So we have two grihasthas. Gadadhar Pandit has taken Kshetra Sannyas, and Srivas is a Grihastha. So in Panchatattva, we have three individuals who are in the Grihastha ashram, and hence Grihasthas are in the majority even within Panchatattva. In Mahaprabhu's Kirtan Sampradaya, there is no such restriction that one should only be in the renounced order of life. So we see all sorts of individuals here. There are some sannyasis, there are some grihasthas, There are some brahmacharis, and there are some anashramis also, some who do not belong to any ashram. So all sorts of individuals are here, and they are all flooding the world with this deluge or this flood of prema. So let's see the verse. The verse has a very beautiful figure of speech or literary ornament in it. We'll try to see what it is, and then we'll go ahead and see the explanation. This is the first verse of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, ninth chapter. Aganya Dhanya Chaitanya Gananam Prema Vanyaya Ninye Dhanya Janaswanta Marushashvad Anupatam. So the synonyms given by Srila Prabhupada are as follows. Aganya, innumerable. Dhanya, glorious. Chaitanya, Gananam, of the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prema Vanyaya, by the inundation of ecstatic love. Ninye was brought. Adhanya Jana, of unfortunate persons. Swanta Maruhu, the desert of the heart. Shashwat, always. Anupatam, to the state of being filled with water. So, this is the verse I have highlighted here. There is some alliteration. I will sing again the verse, and there is Nya is being repeated in the verse. I have highlighted here all the repetitions of Nya. Aganya, Dhanya, Chaitanya, Gananam Prema Vanyaya, Ninye, Dhanya, Janaswanta, Marushashvad Anupatam. So we can see this sound Nya repeating in the verse, and this ringing effect, also known as alliteration, also known as anupras, has been created here by Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. This is the translation by Srila Prabhupada. The innumerable glorious followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought a constant flood to the desert-like hearts of the unfortunate with an inundation of ecstatic love. So, this is the verse. Now, we have to understand the verse in depth. So, we will take help also of another commentator. We should get all the help that we need. So, we'll take the help of another commentator too. Now, you may ask, who is another commentator here? So, dear devotees, there is a very rare commentator available on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and this commentary has been written by none other than Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. There is a Sanskrit commentary on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita on the Sanskrit verses which are there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So these Sanskrit verses have been explained by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and it's a very rare commentary. A copy of that commentary is available in the British Museum in its manuscript form. So taking, somehow the British Museum made their copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita available. So taking help of that manuscript, I have typed out his commentary, and we'll see what his commentary says. But before that, this verse is having alliteration. This alliteration is called as Vritti Anupras. Anupras itself is alliteration. Vritti Anupras is repeated alliterations. So Vritti Anupras is such a big topic in itself. With a separate class is needed only for Vritti Anupras. So today we are not going to go into the details of alliterations, because today we have to see this specific verse and what importance it has for us. So let's move ahead. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining this verse. Let's see what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, first see the term Aganya. What is the meaning of Aganya? Aganya means na Ganya, means Gagan Atita. He says innumerable, beyond the sky. Just as you cannot calculate the amount of particles in the sky, you cannot calculate the number of associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this Aganya means they are innumerable. Who are innumerable? Who are Aganya? Aganya are Chaitanya Ganas. The associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there are infinite associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This gives a lot of hope to, somebody like me who's trying to become somebody close to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has infinite associates, and there is some hope for me because I can try to fit as one of the particles amongst the infinite souls who are dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Aganya Gaganatita. So somebody may be able to calculate the number of atoms in the sky, but they'll not be able to calculate the number of associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Dhanya. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Athacha Dhanya. And they are also Dhanya. Dhanya means they are also very blessed, supremely fortunate. Ye Chaitanya Ganas. They are the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tesham, and their Prema Vanyaya. So their Prema Vanyaya. In Sanskrit, the term Vanya means inundation, deluge, flood. These are all meanings of the term Vanya. So Prema Vanyaya. So by their Prema Vanya, by their flood of Prema, Kartrya, by that Prema, by that flood, Adhanya Jana Swanta Maruhu. So he's highlighting the term Adhanya Jana Swanta Maruhu. And he's saying, he's explaining it as Adhanya Loka Chitta Rupa Nirudaka Desha. Adhanya Loka means those who are not fortunate. Those who are not fortunate to have become associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they are Adhanya Loka. Their Chitta Rupa, their heart is compared to Nirudaka Desha, a waterless desert. So their hearts are compared to a waterless deserts. And then there are Dhanya Chaitanya Gana. And there are fortunate associates of Mahaprabhu who have bought Prema Vanya, who have bought this deluge of Prema. And what are they doing? Shashwat. Shashwat means constantly. Nirantaram, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, constantly. Anupatam. Anupatam means Jalabahula Deshatam Ninye. They are converting these desert-like hearts of these unfortunate people of Kali Yuga who are not associates of Mahaprabhu. They are converting their desert-like hearts into fresh green, places with sufficient water. How are they converting it? By the flood of Prema. By this flood of Prema, they are turning these desert-like hearts into fresh green places full of the nectarian water of Prema. Now, Anupa, this term is important here. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains what is the meaning of Anupa. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives the example of Amarkosh. Now Amarkosh is a standard widely accepted Sanskrit lexicon dictionary, and Amarkosh says Jalaprayam Anupam Syat. So Jalaprayam Anupam Syat iti Amaraha. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes Amarkosh and says Jalaprayam Anupam Syat. So a place which is replete with water, which has greenery everywhere. It has names such as Jalaprayam, Anupam. So Anupa is one of the names of a place which has sufficient water in it. So I tried to trace this quote in the Amarkosh and I found that this quote is existing in the Amarkosh. So Jalaprayam Anupam Syat Pumsi Kachchas Tatha Vida. There's also a Hindi translation which says जलप्रायम अनुपम बहुत जल वाले स्थान या अनेक प्रकार के पेड़ लता और झरने वाले जंगल से युक्त सब तरह के अन्न पैदा होने वाले देश के दो नाम. सो इन इंग्लिश वी विल से दैट Anupa is a place which has sufficient water, various types of trees, creepers, waterfalls, forests, etc. That place is called as Anupa. So what the verse is trying to say is, those hearts of the unfortunate people of Kali Yuga, which were like deserts. Well, deserts don't have anything, neither water nor trees, no sufficient trees nor creepers, nothing. The trees which are existing are also inauspicious trees, such as cactus. So they don't have any, deserts don't have any good fortune in the form of greenery. Or we can say deserts don't have haritva. Haritva means greenery. Another meaning of haritva is the quality of being associated with hari. So deserts don't have any haritva, deserts don't have any greenery, but the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bring haritva or bring greenery. Another meaning is they bring Lord Hari into the deserts of the hearts of these unfortunate souls of Kali Yuga. So, if we translate according to the commentary, the translation will be as follows. Due to the flood of prema bought by the infinite blessed associates of Mahaprabhu, the desert like hearts of the unfortunate souls of this age were constantly turned into a water nourished greenland. So, this is the translation according to the commentary. Now, it's very important to understand why it is being said constantly. Constantly means there is always some associate of Mahaprabhu who is doing this task. Constantly, there is some associate of Mahaprabhu who is doing this task, because the it's not that one associate of Mahaprabhu did it and then there was nobody else. So after one associate disappears, there's another associate who comes. After another associate disappears, a third associate comes. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the original personality who brought this prema vanya, or this flood of love. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there were so many associates. Swarup Damodar Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, all of them. After them were the next generation, Jiva Goswami, Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Then after them were the next generation, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Then came the next generation, Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji, Sri Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, so many other Babajis in Braj and Navadvip. So in every generation, there is somebody who is bringing this flood of prema to the desert-like hearts of the non-devotees of this world. And the greatest achievement in this regard, undoubtedly the greatest achievement in this regard, has been by Srila Prabhupada. Because Srila Prabhupada brought this flood of Krishna Prema to so many people's lives. So many people's lives were transformed by Srila Prabhupada's bringing this flood of Prema, that I doubt that there has been anybody who has been able to travel and change so many hearts throughout the world that Srila Prabhupada has been able to do. So there is no doubt about the fact that Srila Prabhupada is also one of the Dhanya Chaitanya Gana, that one of the most fortunate associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, moving ahead, the first thing is, in order to flood this entire world with prema, we have to understand that Krishna first himself has to get that prema. The thing is, it is Krishna who appears in every age. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So it is Krishna who takes various incarnations or avatars. Now when Krishna takes various incarnations or avatars, now Krishna has to appear himself personally this time in order to relish Srimati Radharani's prema. But in order to relish Srimati Radharani's prema, Krishna himself has to get his prema. Now, how can Krishna get his prema? How did Krishna get his prema? It said that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that, Krishna stole the golden prema which is there in the heart of Srimati Radharani. Question arises, When did Krishna steal that prema? At what exact moment did Krishna steal that prema? And when did that happen in the spiritual world? That Krishna stole the prema of Srimati Radharani and turned into Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there is a very nice verse which tells us when that happened. That Krishna stole this prema from Srimati Radharani and Krishna became golden in color. We know how it happened, but we may not have heard about when it happened. So there is a very nice verse by a very dear associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His name is Sri Kavi Karnapur. And Sri Kavi Karnapur has written a very beautiful verse at the beginning of his Sri Krishna Chaitanya Charita Mahakavyam. He wrote a Mahakavya. He's a very expert Sanskrit grammarian, very expert in Sanskrit Alankar, Kavya, very expert poet. I say, it's my personal opinion that he is the unsung hero in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Very few devotees speak about Kavi Karnapur. Sri Kavi Karnapur, in his Krishna Chaitanya Charita Mahakavyam, the first verse is this verse. This verse is in the meter Manda Kranta. So I'll try to sing this verse. Yah Shri Vrindavan Bhuvipura Satchidananda Sandro Gaurangi Vihi Sadrisha Ruchibi Shyama Dhamananarta Tasam Shashwat Dhridatara Parirambha Sambhedatah Kim Gaurangah Sanjayati Sanava Dvipamalambamanah. So Sri Kavi Karnapur is giving an Utpreksha. What is Utpreksha? Utpreksha is a possibility. He is revealing his heart. Why did Krishna suddenly change into Gauranga? There are many possibilities. So Sri Kavi Karnapur is giving his possibility, his Utpreksha. So what is the Utpreksha that Sri Kavi Karnapur is giving? This Utpreksha is as follows. Yah Shri Vindavana Bhuvi Pura. Yah, that person who Pura previously in Shri Vrindavana Bhuvi, in the abode of Shri Golok Vrindavan. So there was a personality previously in the abode of Golok Vrindavan. Who is that personality? That is none other than Lord Krishna. So he is described as Satchidananda Sandro. He is Sandra. He is chock full, thick, dense, abode of Satchitananand, of eternity, spiritual knowledge and spiritual bliss. That is Krishna. So he is Satchidananda Ghana. He is the dark cloud, concentrated cloud of Satchitanananda. And previously in Vrindavan Bhuvi, in the abode of Golok Vrindavan, what did he do? So the second line says, Shyama Dhama, he is the abode of dark beauty. Nanartha, he danced. He was dancing. He was dancing where? So Gaurangi Bhi, he was dancing with, golden hued ladies. These golden hued ladies were Sadrisha Ruchivihi. Sadrisha Ruchivihi means, Sadrisha means similar, and Ruchi means they were having similar effulgence. One meaning of Ruchi is effulgence. Another meaning of Ruchi is love and attraction. So they were having similar love and attraction towards him. This is the meaning I accept. So Sadrisha Ruchi.
Prabhu, are you ready to eat?
So Gaurangi Vihi, Sadrisha Ruchi Vihi. So there were these golden bodied ladies who were having similar attraction to Krishna as Krishna had towards them. So Shama Dhama Nanartha, previously he was dancing. So Kavi Karnapur is describing Maharas in Golok Vrindavan. So he's describing Maharas in Golok Vrindavan. So then Tasam, with them, Krishna did something. Shashwat, constantly. Dridhatar, very firm. Pariramba, he embraced them. Sambhedata, and because of this union, Kim, Kavi Karnapur says, did it happen like that? Utpreksha, Sambhavna, he's trying to guess a reason. Did it happen like that? That because of this dark hued person constantly embracing, firmly embracing these golden bodied ladies, especially he's speaking about Srimati Radharani. Did it happen that because of firmly embracing Srimati Radharani in the Maharas Leela, in Goloka Vrindavan, Gauranga Hasan, he turned into Gauranga, and now having become Gauranga, Sa Navadvipa Malambamana, now he has taken shelter of Navadvipa, and Jayati, he is reigning over all others in the world. So is it because he firmly embraced Srimati Radharani that her mood and her color got transferred to him? So this is the uh, verse by Sri Kavi Karnapur. When two people they embrace each other, and especially it said that uh, they melt in each other's love, it is possible that the mood of one person may become superimposed on another person. But in this case, not only the mood, but also the ruchi, the effulgence, the color of Gaurangi, Srimati Radharani, became a part of Krishna's own existence, and therefore he appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, although from a tattva point of view, he is eternally Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but this doesn't mean that poets will not, they will stop explaining various reasons behind, you know, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why Krishna became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's a very nice verse, and this is, Lord Krishna before he had Parirambha or firm embrace of Srimati Radharani turned into Gauranga. So this is the translation. He is the dark-hued abode of beauty, the intensely condensed form of Sat, that is eternal spiritual existence, Chit, eternal spiritual knowledge, and Ananda, eternal spiritual bliss. Sometimes Satchidananda is translated as simply existence, knowledge, and bliss. But we have to understand that in the material world, neither existence is permanent, neither knowledge is permanent, neither bliss is permanent. Therefore, Satchidananda truly is eternal spiritual existence, eternal spiritual knowledge, and eternal spiritual bliss. And our Satchidananda Krishna danced previously on the sands of Vrindavan with brilliantly golden limbed girls, especially Srimati Radharani, all of whom had an equivalent amount of loving attraction towards him. Sadrisha Ruchivi. Now, did it so happen that due to their constant firm embracing union, he turned into the golden limbed Gauranga as he appeared in Navadvip? So, beautiful meditation by Shri Kavi Karnapur. This is how we should try to meditate upon each and every verse. We sit patiently with the author, let them speak their verse, try to find out the hidden meanings in the verse. What is the intention that they wish to convey in the verse? Only when we become sahriday, or only when we become like-hearted to these Gaura Janas, to these associates of Mahaprabhu, only then is it possible for us to understand what is Radha Krishna Prema, what are the deep secrets of the loving relationships between Srimati Radharani and Krishna. So, this is one such verse which explains Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And those who could not, understand this, those who could not get this prema of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, these people, they are truly very unfortunate, very unfortunate. See, there is fortunate, there is unfortunate, there is most unfortunate. Fortunate is the person who attained the association of Mahaprabhu, and who was able to associate with the near and dear associates of Mahaprabhu. Those are fortunate because they will become associates of Mahaprabhu. All of you dear devotees, you will become associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu if you stay in contact with the existing associates of Mahaprabhu. So all of you are fortunate. There is no doubt about that. Unfortunate are those who appeared previously before Mahaprabhu came and who could not easily taste that prema that Mahaprabhu brought. They are unfortunate. But most unfortunate are those who appeared after Mahaprabhu but still could not get a taste of that prema, or who knew about Mahaprabhu. And even after they knew about Mahaprabhu, they could not get a taste for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association, the association of his near and dear devotees. They could not get a taste for the prema that he brought along with him. So, Sri Prabodhananda Saraswati, who is a close associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is the Diksha Guru of Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami. He wrote in his Chaitanya Chandramrita, very sweet verse. Avatirne Gaurachandre, Vistirne Prema Sagare, Suprakashita Ratnaughe, Yodino Dina Eva Saha. Avatirne Gaurachandre. Gaurachandra has already appeared. Vistirne Prema Sagare. And the ocean of prema is swelling now. Suprakashita Ratnaughe. And the gems, the jewels of prema are now clearly visible. But still, one who did not collect it, yo dino, one who remained poor even after that, dina evasa, that person is truly poor in this world. That person is truly poor. Such a nice verse this is, such a beautiful verse. Such a beautiful imagery being conveyed by Sri Prabodhananda Saraswati. Just see, Avatirne Gaura Chandre. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is being compared to a Chandra. You see here, dear devotees, you can see a Chandra here. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Avatirne Gaura Chandre. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Chandra has arrived. And when the Chandra arrives, what happens? Vistirne Prema Sagare. The ocean of prema overflows, and because of ocean of prema overflowing, what happens? There are gems which are there in the surface of the ocean. They come to the shore because of the overflowing of the ocean. Suprakashita Ratnauge. Now the gems are deposited on the beach. Everybody can collect them. Yo dino, one who did not collect, dina evasa. That person is truly unfortunate, truly most unfortunate person. See the beautiful imagery that they convey. The poets speak a lot to us, dear devotees. They speak a lot. We have to sit down quietly and hear their voices. We have to connect to their hearts. And when this heart to heart connection is there between the previous associates of Mahaprabhu and us, then this samchar or this flow of Gaura Prem will definitely come to our hearts. This is the translation. The full moon like Gaurachandra has now appeared. The ocean of prema or love of God is now swelling. The jewels within this ocean, what are the jewels? The various ecstatic emotions that the pure devotees experience are now clearly visible in this moonlight, because the moon himself is facilitating the visibility of the jewels. But one who still remains unfortunate and does not pick up these jewels, yo dino, that poor person, dina evasa, is truly worthy of being called unfortunate. Very, very sweet verse by Sri Prabodhananda Saraswati in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chandramrita. Very sweet verse. So this is what is most unfortunate. Somebody who knew who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, somebody who understood the gifts that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought, and somebody who did not accept the path of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Truly unfortunate, very unfortunate person. Dear devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought a flood of Krishna Prem along with him. And what is that flood of Krishna Prem that he has brought along with him? That flood of Krishna Prem is the various ecstatic emotions. Sthai Bhav, Sanchari Bhav, Vibhav, Anubhav. All these various ecstatic emotions Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself displayed. It's not just something, poetic, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bought a poetic ocean of love. No, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself displayed what is the ocean of love. The original Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is within the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya. There is a person who is sitting within the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is that person who is sitting within the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? That person is Sri Rupa Goswami. And what does he see in the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He sees Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And when Rupa Goswami sees Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he brings this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu for all of us. So entering into Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is nothing but entering into Mahaprabhu's heart, entering into Gaura's heart. This is entering into Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Truly, if we want to see what is the Prema Sagar that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bought, ask the person who is sitting there within the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is that person sitting within the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? I have firm belief, and many will agree with me, that it is Sri Rupa Goswami who is sitting inside the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and who is a Makara. Makara is a deep swimming fish in that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is nothing but the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this, dear devotees, if I try to elaborate more, our class will be spent on this verse itself. So I don't want to do that. So this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is within the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's heart is overflowing, and because of this overflowing ocean of prema, all the devotees, they are also bringing this overflowing love to all places within the world, all deserts. The deserts are the hearts of those people who are not associated with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these deserts are also being inundated by the association of Mahaprabhu's devotees. So this we have to understand. This is the sum and substance of today's verse. And somebody doesn't get prema, and somebody thinks, I will do everything else in life, I can do so many things in life. But after, doing everything, if we don't get prema, then life becomes truly useless. This is not the opinion of a sectarian. This is not a sectarian opinion that only Gaudiya Vaishnavas give. Srimad Bhagavatam also says, Notpadyed yadi ratim shram eva hi kevalam. The life was wasted if you could not achieve rati at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, therefore it is said, Prema dhana vina vyartha Dairidra jivana Dasa kari vetan more Deha prema dhana. Prema dhana vina, without this, salary of prema, vyartha daridra jivan, useless life. I may be a millionaire, I may have millions of rupees, but I am daridra if I don't have prema dhan. Therefore, O Lord, O Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, O Krishna, dasa kari, make me a servant. And a servant should be paid salary. I am not a servant who will work for you for free. I'll become your servant, but I'll, take some salary from you. Vetan more, what is my salary? Deha premadhana. Give me this premadhana. Give me this premadhana. And Krishna can give. Krishna stole it actually. Krishna himself stole it. And therefore he should destroy. I am an associate of that thief. So, just as he stole it, he should also be kind enough to distribute it, amongst those who are aspiring to be his associates. So, dear Krishna, please accept me as your servant and give me some vetan, give me some salary. What is that salary? Prema dhana. Give me the salary of your ecstatic love. So this is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Without love of Godhead, my life is useless. Therefore, I pray that you accept me as your servant and give me the salary of ecstatic love of God. This is originally uttered by Mahaprabhu, but we also follow in his footsteps and utter the same verse towards Mahaprabhu and towards Lord Krishna. Now, we don't need this entire flood. For our personal selves, we don't need this entire flood. We don't need this entire Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. We just need one drop. I'm not asking for more, Mahaprabhu. I'm not asking that you give me, this entire ocean of prema. This one little tiny drop will be sufficient for me. And this tiny drop is sufficient. This is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Very nice verse. Shuddha prema sukha sindhu पाए तारे बिंदु से बिंदु जगत डुबाए कही बार योग्य नाय तथापि बालकाय कहिले बा के बापति आए Krishna Prema Sukha Sindhu. So this Shuddha Prema is Sukha Sindhu. This is an ocean, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Paita Reka Bindu. If I attain this one, somebody attains this one drop of that ocean. Say Bindu, that one drop. Jagat Dubai. It can submerge the entire planet. This entire universe also can be submerged. Kahi bara yogya nai. Actually, it's not fit to speak about this. It's so indescribable. I should not speak about it. Tathapi baulaka. Still I am a madman. Therefore I am speaking. Kahileva ke bapatiya. Even if I speak, I don't know who will understand. you know. So unalloyed love of Krishna is like an ocean of happiness. If someone gets one drop of it, the whole world can drown in that drop. It is not befitting to express such love of Godhead. Yet, Baulaka, madman must speak. But even though he speaks, Ke Bapati hai, who understands him? Who believes him? Nobody believes him. So this is very nice verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. We all should relish like this. All these verses should be relished by all the Sajatiya Gaura Bhaktas. So I just want one Mahaprabhu. I just want one drop. This is my intention of saying. I just want one drop. If one drop can drown the world, certainly I will also be drowning in it. I want one drop of that prema. Initially, I want one drop. And this is my desire to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And your associates have bought this flood with you so that they can drown myself as well as the entire planet. And it is needed, dear devotees. Krishna Prema is needed for all of us. There is a saying in English, and many times it has been said by various people in the past, that life is difficult and then you die. Life is tough and then you die. That is what happens in life. And in this entire life, if we see what is the point of existence, what is the purpose of human existence? If somebody asks us what is the purpose of human existence, then the Upanishads, the Vedic scriptures, they say that the purpose of existence is to experience ras. This is the purpose of existence. The Taittiriya Upanishad very clearly declares raso vai saha, that Supreme Lord, that person is indeed full of rasa. Sachidananda is full of rasa. And since he is full of rasa, therefore we part and parcels, we who are his eternal part and parcels, we are also desiring rasa. And immediately the Upanishad says, Rasam hi eva ayam labdva anandi bhavati. Rasam hi eva ayam labdva. This jiva, only after attaining rasa, anandi bhavati, becomes truly joyous. So, indeed, the jiva becomes happy only on attaining that rasa. So, this is Taittiriya Upanishad. So, originally, what is the purpose of life? Purpose of life is to experience rasa. And if you see in this entire world, who is the person who bought this entire concept of bhakti rasa on this planet? Who is that personality? That personality is originally Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the one who bought this bhakti rasa, within his heart, this bhakti rasamrita sindhu within his heart. And he bought this bhakti rasamrita sindhu within his heart, and his near and dear associate Srila Rupa Goswami explained it to all of us. And therefore, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not have come, would not have appeared, can we try to imagine a time that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not appear? And then who would we be? Can we imagine a world without Srila Rupa Goswami? A world in which Rupa Goswami has not appeared. If we imagine such a world, what a rasahin, what a distasteful world. There will be all these poets, all these so-called poets who are glorifying the rasas outside in the material world. They are glorifying Shringar. They are glorifying the beautiful movements of ladies. They are glorifying the beautiful bodily features of ladies. They are glorifying Ananga, Kamadev. They are glorifying the loving relationships of the material world. But sooner or later it all turns to Vibhatsa. Because material world turns everything into Vibhatsa. Vibhatsa. Vibhatsa means repulsive. Everything becomes completely repulsive in nature. Is there any human body which does not produce foul substances? Even the best of the human bodies, if they don't brush their teeth for 2 days, it will turn into Vibhatsa. So all these rasas which are explained by the kavis outside in the material world, they're all good, but they are sooner or later going to turn into Vibhatsaras. But the personality who has bought bhakti ras in this world is only and only Mahaprabhu. Only Mahaprabhu. There is no other personality who bought Krishna Prema ras in this world as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nobody was even speaking of bhakti as a ras. It's only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who first put this idea in the heart of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. And therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the original person whom we should thank for bringing rasa. Because only by attaining rasa does the jiva become truly happy in life. Somebody may be a beggar on the street, but if they have Krishna Prema, they are living their lives, very happily, very happily. And somebody may be a millionaire every day eating basmati chawal, nice dal, ghee, very nice. But they do not have Krishna Prema, then that life is empty and useless. Useless life. Everybody must experience Krishna Prema according to the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought in this world. And without Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's very difficult. Sri Prabodhananda Saraswati, he says this thing. Kalah kalir balina indriya vairi vargay Shri Bhakti marga iha kantaka koti ruddha हा हाल्पयामि विकलः किमहं करोमि Chaitanya Chandra Yadinadya Kripam Karoshi. Shri Prabodhanand Saraswati says, Kalaha Kalir, this age is Kali Yuga. Kala, what age is this Kali Yuga? It's not Satya Yuga, it's not Treta Yuga, it's not Dwapar Yuga. If it would be Dwapar Yuga, I would go and see Krishna face to face. It's not Dwapar Yuga. If Treta Yuga, I would have seen Lord Ram, Lord Parshuram, so many other incarnations. If it were Satya Yuga, I would have seen so many other Nara Narayan, Hamsa, so many other incarnations. But this is the dreaded age of Kali, where the leftover garbage that was not previously allowed in Satya, Treta, and Dwapar, that leftover garbage is collected in this age. And I am one of that leftover garbage in this world. Kalaha Kalir. This is the Kali, this is the age of Kali. Balina Indriya Vairi Varga. And Indriya, my senses are Vairi Varga, have become my supreme enemies. Balina, very powerful. Previously, not so much sense gratification. Nowadays, so much sense gratification. So much sense gratification. Television, computers, YouTube. I remember when I first joined the youth forum in 2001, they used to say watching TV is Maya. Watching TV is Maya. I don't know what they would say to people who watch YouTube. And in TV, you cannot select your sense gratification. But in YouTube, you can select your sense gratification. So, Balina Indriya Vairi Varga. So much, such powerful senses. They are my enemies. Shri Bhakti Marga. And therefore, this Bhakti Marga, this path of bhakti, iha, in this world, Kantaka Koti Ruddha, has become blocked by millions of thorns. Millions of thorns have blocked this. And so you ask somebody, you go outside and ask somebody, do you want to, why are you engaging in sense gratification? Why don't you perform bhakti? So they will say, what joy is there in bhakti? Why should I perform bhakti? There is no joy in bhakti. So if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not have come, then who would have bought that rasa, that joy in bhakti? Therefore, ha kwayami, where should alas, where should I go? Vikalaha, I am distressed. Kimaham karomi, what should I do? Without Chaitanya Chandra, oh Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, yadi na adya kripam karoshi, if you don't bestow your mercy today, adya, na adya kripam yadi karoshi, if you don't bestow your mercy today, tada aham kim karomi, then what will I do? So this is the dreadful age of Kali. The sense organs are my enemies and they're very strong. Even the path of bhakti is obstructed by millions of thorns. Millions of thorns. YouTube is one thorn. Then what else is there? Um, Video games, another thorn. Then what else? Uh, Everywhere, nice places to eat, restaurants. Not so much in Dwapar Yuga. In multi cuisine restaurants. Millions of thorns. Big malls where you can go and just indulge your senses. Shopping malls. So many, what do they say, lanes in the shopping malls. Every lane is Kantaka, a thorn in the path of bhakti. The path of bhakti becomes obstructed. A person will go in these places, they will think, Are Baba, why should I execute bhakti? There's so much sense gratification in the world. So much sense gratification. Why do I need to execute bhakti when I can be happy like this? So in this way, bhakti marg has become obstructed by millions of thorns. So who will conclusively prove that bhakti marg is much more brilliant and much more joyous? That is only the person who can show that there is immense ras, there is an ocean of ras on bhakti. The person who can show that bhakti marg, has this bhakti rasamrita sindhu. So Chaitanya Chandra, if you don't bestow your mercy, it is not possible. It is not at all possible. In Kali Yuga, if you ask me to do Vishnu Bhakti, simply become a servant and don't experience rasa, do Vaidhi Bhakti, how difficult it is. Very difficult. Very difficult. Therefore, it's very important that we should attain this prema ras. And we should attain this prema ras by only, we can attain this only if we follow the path that has been shown by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This Radha Krishna prema is attained only by the path shown by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is specified in a verse by Sri Prabodhanand Saraswati. He says, Yatha yatha gaur padar vinde Vindeta bhaktim krita punya rashi Tatha tathotsar patihridya kasvat Radha padambho jasudham shurashi. He says, Yatha yatha gaur padar vinde. This verse was very dear to our Sri Bhakti Charu Maharaj. He used to quote this verse. Yatha yatha gaur padar vinde Vindeta bhaktim krita punya rashi. Yatha yatha, as and when Gaura Padar Vinde, at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vindeta Bhaktim, one develops bhakti. That person is Krita Punya Rashi, very fortunate. He must have executed many pious activities. So, to the degree that one develops devotion to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what happens? Tatha Utsarpati. To that degree, suddenly he finds an uprising, Hridi in his heart. Akasmat, suddenly he finds an uprising of what? Radha Padambho Jasudham Shurashi, the nectarian prema that is experienced by Srimati Radharani. He finds this Radha Prem swelling within his heart. He finds this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu swelling within his heart to the degree that a person becomes attached to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the translation. And this translation, it is inspired by the translation that Bhakti Charu Maharaj did. I could not get his exact translation, but many of the words are his. To the degree that a fortunate person attains bhakti at the lotus feet of Gaura, one finds the sudden upsurge of nectarian rasa related to Srimati Radha in one's heart. So it's a very sweet verse. How is it? It's how does one exhibit devotion, or one how does one get bhakti at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu? How do I experience this? In order to become a devotee of Mahaprabhu, what do I do? Is it sufficient to say that I am a devotee of Mahaprabhu, and will that be okay? Or do I need to do something? How do I exhibit my bhakti towards Mahaprabhu? So the best way of executing bhakti towards Mahaprabhu, dear devotees, is specified by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. What does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if you want to execute some service, devotional service for me, you do one thing. All of you do one thing for me. What should all of us do? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ataeva ami agya Nilu sabakare Yaha taha prema phala Deha yare tare. Ataeva, therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Ami agya dilu. Therefore I've given an order, sabakare, to all people who are dear to me. Yaha taha, here and there, prema phala deha yare tare. Give this fruit of prema to each and every person. But this fruit of prema is not with me, Mahaprabhu. I myself have not attained it. So how can I give to other people? So this fruit of prema will be attained by us, dear devotees, if we strictly follow in the footsteps of Mahaprabhu. if we strictly follow in his footsteps? What are the how do we know how to follow in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? These footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are elaborated upon by Srila Rupa Goswami and the six Goswamis in their works. The six Goswamis, they have given so much literature which describe how to follow in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If one wants to attain Krishna Prema, please think about this deeply. If one wants to attain Krishna Prema, right now I have no connection with Krishna. How can I directly approach Krishna? Right now I am in this sadhak deha. How as a sadhak can I approach Krishna? So somebody has to teach me bhakti as a sadhak first. And then after I have established a relationship with Krishna as a sadhaka, then I can attain siddhatva or perfection. It's not that right now I am sadhaka and I directly call out, oh, hey Shri Radhe, I am yours. Then Shri Radhe will say, I don't have any male associates. Who are you? I have all my associates are feminine in gender. So in my masculine body, in my Purush Ahankar, I cannot attain directly the service and a taste of the prema that Srimati Radharani has. First, I have to execute bhakti as a sadhaka and to execute bhakti also as a siddha. Seva sadhaka rupena, siddha rupena, chatrahi, tadbhava lipsuna karya brajalokanusarata. To execute service simultaneously as a sadhaka and as a siddha. This is the path which has been shown by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Rupa Goswami. And this path has not been shown by anybody else. Seva sadhaka rupena, siddha rupena chatrahi. One who executes both these sevas, that person understands what is the prema that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to distribute. He gets a taste of that prema. And then that prema, that person, like Narottam Das Thakur, he resides in his sadhaka deha as well as in his siddha deha. So like Narottam Das Thakur in his sadhaka deha, he prays Gauranga Karuna Karo Dina Hina Jani. He becomes so Dina and Hina, becomes the most fallen and is praying for mercy in the sadhaka deha. Then suddenly transitions into siddha deha and says, Radha Krishna Prana Mora Jugal Kishore. Suddenly he is with Radha Krishna. Kalindira Kule Keli Kadambera Van Ratana Bedira Upar Vasabudujan. So somebody may ask, Narottam Das Thakur, what happened? Just some time ago in one song you were praying to and saying that you are the most fallen. And then suddenly you became the most elevated and you are swinging Radha and Krishna and making them sit on an asan and feeding them tambul, betel nut leaf. How did that happen, Narottam Das Thakur? So that is only something which is known to the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is not a secret which should be spoken to anyone and everyone. But this prema phal is only possible if one has firm faith in the instructions in the path shown by Mahaprabhu, in the path shown by Srila Rupa Goswami. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I order every man within this universe to accept this Krishna consciousness movement and distribute it everywhere. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Bhakti Sangha Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful class. I was totally overwhelmed, Prabhu, totally overwhelmed. And now I'm thinking that we are in this Antya Leela, but have not even touched the whole of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we
Really.
need to go back again, and read this whole Chaitanya Charitamrita. Feel so much, that there is so much in this verse, that one verse is too much. Like, I'm speechless today. I just, it's such a, what did you do, Prabhu? Like,
Hare Krishna.
it's a constant flood of prema that you are throwing on us who are really adhanya jana. We are really adhanya. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. I do have one question that do Krishna bestow bhakti, Prabhu, or it's only the right of the devotees or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
No, Srila Rupa Goswami has very clearly said in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that this bhava, it can be, bestowed even by Krishna as well as by Krishna's devotees. There is a nice verse in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that I would like to point out. I will show this verse because it's good to show pramanas directly. So let me share my screen. This is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.15. Rupa Goswami is speaking about bhava, attainment of bhava. He says, sadhanena vina, without sadhan, any sadhan. Somebody may have not done any sadhan bhakti. Rupa Goswami says, sadhanena vina, yastu sahasa eva abhijayate. Without sadhan, sometimes bhava immediately sprouts in a person's heart. They have not executed any, they have not chanted anything, they have not done anything in their life. Sahasa eva abhijayate. He says, sabhava, that bhava is Krishna tad bhakta prasadaja, is born out of Krishna prasad and tad bhakta prasad. Iti iyate. One should understand that there are two reasons why somebody may attain bhava and prema and he may not have executed any sadhan. Absolutely no sadhan. We have so many prerequisites in our mind. I'll chant for so many years, then I'll be anartha nivriti, then nishtha, and ruchi, and so much roadmap made. Rupa Goswami says, sadhanena vina, without sadhan, sahasa eva abhijayati. Suddenly it can be produced. How is it possible? Krishna tad bhakta prasadaja. By Krishna prasad and by tad bhakta prasad. But I have faith in tad bhakta prasad because frankly speaking, I never, it's not that Krishna came directly to me and said, I will give you prasad. I'm not that person who had that experience. But tad bhakta prasad, I have very much. I have very much faith. I have pratyaksha experience that tad bhakta prasad. What is the meaning of experience in bhakta prasad? So, what is the best pramana? We say best pramana is shabda pramana, but sometimes I say the best pramana is pratyaksh pramana. When it comes to our personal selves, the best pramana is pratyaksh pramana, and therefore for me, what I can experience, that is what I believe in. What I experienced is what I can clearly say is that bhakta prasad is much more important, and therefore I strive for that bhakta prasad, and definitely it will lead to Krishna prasad also, but I want that bhakta prasad because that is the best way of attaining Krishna prema. Not that directly one day I was just meditating and Krishna came and Krishna bestowed his prasad. That's okay, but I want tad bhakta prasad. That is what Rupa Goswami says. So in some people without sadhan, not in everybody, in some people without sadhan, also bhava appears. There is no prerequisite of sadhan. I pray to Rupa Goswami that I can become one such person. If my sadhan chart is pulled out, people will start laughing. So I don't want to I don't want to show my sadhan chart and in return get a prasad coupon. Prasad here means mercy. So I don't want to show my sadhan chart and get a prasad or mercy coupon. What I want is, I want to be given, I want to get a prasad coupon without any prerequisites. That is what I want in my life. If that happens with me, that will be, that will truly be the best experience. That is what I look forward to. So it is possible by Krishna Prasad also, but it should also happen by, it is also possible by Tad Bhakta Prasad, directly in the words of Srila Rupa Goswami. With Markandeya Rishi, it happened Krishna Prasad directly. He got the mercy of Krishna. But I don't want to be like Markandeya Rishi. I want Tad Bhakta Prasad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. That makes me remember Yogita Bechara Kuchi Nahi Pava Tumhara Saath, right?
Hare Krishna.
Since Gurudev looks our Yogita, he'll not find anything.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you.
Because my sadhan is very useless. My sadhan is very useless. So I have no specific achievements in my sadhan to show. So, but I want, you're saying Chaitanya Charitamrita, we should relish. Yes, we should relish Chaitanya Charitamrita. One time I went to Govardhan. There were two Gaudiya Vaishnavas dressed in white cloth, only a dhoti, and one of them was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita and he was crying. He was crying tears from his eyes. They were only reading Chaitanya. There was no translation or not big elaborate explanations. He was crying tears from his eyes. He was not showing to the entire public. There were two people sitting secludedly, and one of them was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita and the other person was crying. And then I thought that this is how Chaitanya Charitamrita should be read. But in private, definitely we should cry when we are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for this very, very beautiful, wonderful class. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a beautiful class. And as Kirtida Sundari Mataji said, one verse has so much. It was so beautiful. It was dripping with rasa. You definitely transported us to a different world. Thank you so much for coming on the call, accepting the invitation, and giving such a beautiful class. Thank you, Prabhu. I have a couple of questions. Of course, it is not related to the main topic that you presented, but just a little bit that you spoke in the beginning. One is about how we have in our society all sorts of people we have grahastha, sannyasis, anashramis, and so on. So I just had a question related to that, and forgive me if it was inappropriate to ask. But when we talk about anashrami, generally in mundane dharma, we say one should not be an anashrami. One should always be in an ashram. But how does our society, I mean, like, since we are more liberal in one sense than the standard dharma shastras, so how does our society see anashramis? Can you please make a comment on it?
How does our society see anashramis? First thing is, this concept of bhakti as an organized society has come within the last 2 centuries, 1 or 2 centuries, because honestly speaking, the six Goswamis had Vishwa Vaishnav Raj Sabha, but they did not put many formal structure to it or gave rules and regulations or management directions or anything like that. The first institution, true institution, can be said that Gaudiya Math. So before the Gaudiya Math, the Vaishnavas, the society they lived was in the external society, that is the general, Varnashram society that was there in India. So in those societies, although the external society used to say anashrami na tishteta dinam ekam api naraha, a person should not stay without an ashram even for a single day. But in Mahaprabhu's, in a devotee society, those requirements are not very stringent. Why are they not very stringent? Let's take the example of somebody who is a Babaji. Now Babaji is not exactly an ashram. Babaji is beyond, Varna and ashram. So somebody who, and there have been many Babajis even in Gaudiya Math and even within ISKCON, Prabhupada used to closely associate with Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji. So it's not that, so Gaudiya Math also accepts that this concept of Babaji, ISKCON also accepts that the concept of Babaji is a valid concept. And they don't have any, they don't belong to a specific Varna or specific ashram. One thing is that they don't generally, they don't have a family. They stay, do their Nirjan Bhajan. So they don't have any ashram. If they would have a family, they would be Grihastha. So they are Babaji, they don't have any ashram. So they are considered to be some of the most elevated people in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So it is not, needed that somebody should be an ashrami in order to be counted as a very senior devotee. But at the same time, bhakti is not an instrument to destroy the external society. This also should be understood. Just because there is bhakti, so we use bhakti to destroy the structure of varna and ashram in the society outside, that also is not permissible. So what we should understand is that bhakti, uh, we should execute our bhakti, and as much favorable as we are to the varna and ashram situation, as much favorable it is to our bhakti, that much we should execute. But bhakti ultimately is not dependent on varna and ashram. If on a particular day a person loses their ashram, or if a person does not enter into any ashram, then still Bhakti Devi, nothing changes as far as their execution of bhakti is concerned. So by this example of Babaji, we can understand that a person who is not belonging to any specific ashram also, they can also be considered as the most elevated in bhakti. One time, this reminds me, one time I went to a seminar organized by a Gaudiya Vaishnav institution. I will not name that institution. It was not ISKCON, but it was another Gaudiya Vaishnav institution. They organized a seminar. And they invited many learned people, Gaudiya Vaishnavas from many places. They invited. This was in Kolkata. And uh, I was sitting there in the audience, and the first person to come up on the stage was a sannyasi. So the sannyasi said, "Dear sannyasis, brahmacharis, and other devotees," like this he said. So there was a learned Gaudiya Vaishnava who was a grihastha, was sitting on stage. He noticed that the sannyasi, he said like this, "Dear sannyasis, brahmacharis, and other devotees." He introduced his speech like this. So after his speech was over, this other person came and said, "I was very unhappy to hear that people were introduced by saying sannyasis, brahmacharis, and everybody else was categorized in other people. If we say like this, then we have not understood what is the essence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. We have not understood this." So it was a very instructive moment for me. When a person who is a grihastha, he pointed out something which was not appropriate for a sannyasi to say. So this is the reply to your query, Mataji. I hope that is satisfactory.
Very satisfactory. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And one more question, pretty random question, but then this Gopinath Patnaik, right? When we were talking about Ramananda Rai and the brothers, we identify them as the Pancha Pandavas. So is there a specific identity attributed to Gopinath Patnaik?
No, the sequence of Pandavas is the sequence that is attributed to the five
Okay.
brothers.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranams. Thank you so much for this wonderful class, Prabhuji. Now, Prabhuji, my question today is, when can a devotee actually understand that they are Gaura Bhakta Jana? Because from your explanation, it was like,
Yeah. When can we understand that we are Gaura Bhaktajan? We can understand that we are Gaura Bhaktajana in many ways. The first level of being a Gaur Bhakta Jana is somebody who follows the basic instruction of Gaura. What is the basic instruction of Gaura? Chant Krishna Nam. So, Krishneti Yasya Giritam Manasadriyeta. One who chants the name of Krishna even once, that person is also, and according to Mahaprabhu's instruction, who chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra even once, because Mahaprabhu has said, therefore that person is Gaura Bhakta Jana. We should give mental respect to him. Second level of becoming Gaura Bhakta Jana is Dikshasti Chet. Somebody accepts initiation in the family of Mahaprabhu. Pranatibhischa, then we offer our Dandavat Pranams to them. Bhajantamisham Sushrushaya. And then if somebody is initiated and regularly worshipping the Lord and nicely advancing, Sushrushaya, we should render service. Bhajana Vigyam Ananyam Anya Nindadi Shunyam. And somebody is very expert in bhajan and completely free of the tendency to criticize anyone. Very important. Very important. Why did Rupa Goswami? Rupa Goswami could have said, bhajana vikyam ananyam, one pointed devotee. But he said, anya nindadi shunya. That person should be completely free from the tendency to criticize others. That person is truly a Gaura Bhakta. There are two things that a Gaura Bhakta does. There are two things that a Gaura Bhakta should do. One, they should chant Krishna Nam, they should remember Krishna according to Mahaprabhu's instructions. Second, they should not criticize anyone. If these two things are done, then that's the best thing, the best service that one can do for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chant Krishna Nam and don't criticize anybody. These things. It's not that not criticizing anybody is our weakness, but it is a big jewel on our character. It's a big gem, that has been marked on our character, not criticizing anybody else. And this gem has been given, this quality has been specified by Rupa Goswami himself. So there are many levels of becoming Gaura Bhakta. One is by simply beginning to chant Hare Krishna according to instructions of Gaura, and it ends with becoming an Ananya Bhakta of Krishna and experiencing Krishna Bhakti Ras in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in Viraha as well as uh, in union, in separation as well as in union. So these are the various levels of becoming Gaura Bhakta. I hope that is satisfactory.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nicely put. I'm extremely grateful to you, Prabhuji.
Uh, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank, thank you so much for the beautiful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have a question. Like when the Lord Krishna or when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come on earth to perform the Leela, then there are so many associate with also come to help to perform the help the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu too. So when they come on the earth, do they know their relation with the Krishna, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or among themselves they also remember the relation too? Because we see there are so many examples, say the Pundrik Vidyanidhi Hisha Vrushbhanu Maharaj give the initiation to Gadadhar Pandit, to Radharani. So there are so many examples like that too. So so they know the relation with the Krishna and among themselves too, all the associates.
Okay, so one thing we should understand, that when a particular living entity is executing some pastimes in one Leela, then their memories, their realizations are mostly pertaining to that Leela. Krishna can simultaneously remember all his Leelas, but a living entity has very limited capacity. A living entity cannot, possibly remember and harmonize all the possible roles that it is playing in all possible Leelas at the same time. Therefore, when a living entity is playing a certain role in a certain Leela, they are overpowered by the sthai bhav which they have in that particular Leela. Sthai bhav is the predominant emotion which is present in that Leela. So, when a particular personality like When let's say an associate of Mahaprabhu, such as Sri Ramananda Rai, so he considers himself as a sadhak, Ramananda Rai. But definitely, when he is also performing his Nitya Smaran, then he understands what is his eternal identity. So, in their Smaran, in their Mansik Seva, they know what is their eternal identity. And in their when they are in their regular life, when they are not performing their Mansi Seva, at that time they understand themselves to be a sadhaka. So, that is the answer to your query.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhu, before we move forward, I just want to ask, do you have time to take more questions or it's getting too
Yeah, I have all the time. No problem.
it's already good. Devotees,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
go ahead. Go ahead, Madhavi.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Beautiful class, Prabhu. Really relished the class thoroughly. Thank you so much for exporting us to a land that we never imagined to go. So my questions are, Prabhu, so when you talked about Ramananda Rai performing his normal duty versus performing the in the Siddha Dega, performing his when he does the Manasi Seva, he remembers the Lord. But I was under the impression that he remembers the Lord 24/7, and there was absolutely it was satatam, always thinking about the Lord 24/7. So can you explain me, Prabhu, because such a devotee like Ramananda Rai, I would never imagine him. I'm not able to understand that part, Prabhu. Can you please clarify?
So, how sometimes such questions are posed that it is very difficult to answer, but the acharyas have given all the answers. And so I will not give an answer from my own imagination. I will give an answer that the acharyas have previously given. Yes, there is an injunction in Shastra that you are speaking about. Smartavyah satatam Vishnur vismartavya na jatuche. That is the injunction that is given in Shastra. And all the pure devotees, they are following this injunction. It's a given fact. Like Rai Ramanand is also following that instruction. Satatam means constantly. So if they are constantly remembering Krishna, how can he remember that he is Rai Ramanand? Then when he goes to serve Maharaj Pratap Rudra, he should introduce himself not as Rai Ramanand, but as an associate of Srimati Radharani. So what is the meaning of Satatam? That we have to understand. And this meaning of Satatam, all devotees should, because sometimes we take a literal meaning of Satatam and then we say 24 hours we should remember Krishna. Yes, that is ideal, but what Rupa Goswami has said is explained by the acharyas themselves. So I am going to pull out that verse and I am going to show you the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So I hope now you can see the screen. So are you able to see the screen, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So it says Padmecha, and Padma Puran says, what does it say? Smartavyah satatam Vishnur vismartavyo na jatuchit. So one rule, one positive rule, always remember Vishnu, that is Krishna. Vismartavyo na jatuchit. Jatu means kadachit. So never forget Krishna at any time. Then this is one positive rule, Smartavya Satatam Vishnu. This is negative regulation. One positive, one negative. Then Rupa Goswami says, Sarva Vidhi Nisheda. All positive and negative rules Syuhu are Etayor Eva Kinkara, servants of this one positive rule and one negative rule. All other positive rules and negative rules are servant of this one positive rule and then this one negative rule. So Smartavya Satatam. Satatam, as you said, constantly. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur disagrees. What does Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur say? See here, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Satatam prati aham He says satatam means every day. Na tu pratikshanam, not every moment. Why not every moment? Tasya asadhyatvena. Tasya asadhyatvena. It is impossible to achieve that. If it becomes impossible to achieve this, vidher anusthana lakshana apramanya apatte, then the problem will be that we were not able to execute a vidhi, a rule which was given by our own acharya. Therefore satatam should not be interpreted as every moment. Satatam should be interpreted as every day. That is the meaning of satatam here. That is the answer to your query.
So
I
sorry,
hope that
Prabhu.
was clear,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu. That is pretty much very clear, Prabhu. I have another question, Prabhu. Is it okay to ask?
Yeah.
So, Prabhu, with regards to Ishwarapuri and Ishwarapuri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru. So he that he because him to be the Lord, he was not willing to accept him as the guru initially, and then later Mahaprabhu convinced him. Is that correct, Prabhu? Do we understand this? And where is the reference to the Shastra, which actually talks about the initiation of Mahaprabhu and how he got both sannyas and diksha from Ishwarapuri? Because when Maharajas say the spiritual masters of Mahaprabhu do understand the fact that Mahaprabhu is the Lord, but then they were convinced by Mahaprabhu later to for him to, I don't know how to express, Prabhu, but I just wanted to get your praman from there, from the Shastras.
I think somebody needs to rephrase that question because midway you broke off and I could not hear. Kirtida Sundari Mataji, did you understand the question?
I think so. Prabhuji Mataji is asking that we hear, right, that Keshava Bharati Maharaj was not ready to give sannyas initiation to Mahaprabhu, but then Mahaprabhu requested, and then we heard from various speakers that Mahaprabhu uttered the sannyas mantra in the ear of Keshava Bharati, and then Keshava Bharati initiated. Is that right, Kasturi, Radhika Kasturi Mataji?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
About Ishwarapuri and did Ishwarapuri
Breaking. Can you? If
know?
some confusion, can you just type it in chat? In the meantime, Prabhu can answer this part.
Yeah. So, so what is the confusion there? That Chaitanya, some people say that Mahaprabhu uttered the.
She's asking reference. Is there anywhere mentioned that that Mahaprabhu uttered the sannyas mantra in the ears of Keshava Bharati?
No, that is the devotee's realization. Historically, it is said that the guru utters the mantra in the disciples' ears, but then the devotees who have written the uh, uh, biographies of Mahaprabhu, many devotees they say like that. Initially, it was Keshav Bharati, it was Mahaprabhu who uttered the mantra in Keshav Bharati Maharaj's ear, and then Keshav Bharati Maharaj gave it. So it's, some devotees give a realization like that. We respect that realization. But historically, what has happened is Keshav Bharati Maharaj has given the sannyas mantra to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just as Ishwar Puri Maharaj has given the given diksha to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Some devotees also say that Mahaprabhu first initiated Ishwar Puri, then Ishwar Puri gave that initiation to Mahaprabhu. But those are good realizations. But historical events are historical events, and they are described in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat. That is the answer to the query.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for clarifying that. Appreciate it. Hare Krishna.
But doesn't mean that the other description is false, because different devotees see the pastimes in different ways. That is what I'm not falsifying anybody's realization.
Got it. Makes perfect sense, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, this may not be related to this topic, but can I ask you a question or no? If it is not related to the topic.
Yeah, sure. No. That
Um,
itself was a question. So you asked your question, Mataji. Thank you.
no, Prabhuji. This is Rajavati Devi Rasi from Columbus, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah, please ask. Yeah.
Prabhu, so many times I heard that so the mind is the one which goes through the pain and pleasure and whatever we experience in this world, but the soul is not really affected by that. But then recently I was reading one of the Maharaja's digest, the question and answers. There, I don't want to name the Maharaj, but he said the soul also feels the pain and pleasure because it misidentifies with this body. So I got totally confused when I read that one, and when so I want little clarification, Prabhuji.
So the thing is, does the soul experience any happiness or distress in this world? You see, the soul is in various avasthas. Avastha means it is in various situations in this world. There are three avasthas which are primarily, there are four avasthas, but three are primarily described in Shastra. One is called as Jagrat Avastha, one is called as Swapna Avastha, one is called as Sushupti Avastha. Jagrat means awakened state in which we are awakened in this world. When we are in the awakened state in this world, that is called as Jagrat Avastha. So in Jagrat Avastha, we identify with the mind as well as body. Both we identify with. And then whatever pleasure and pain comes to the body and mind, because we identify with those pleasures and pains, so the soul experiences the rasa. Rasa means the mellow of that pleasure or pain. Therefore the soul experiences that. But when we are in swapna means we are sleeping and we are dreaming something. So in a dream, in a dream, our body, we don't no longer have the physical body, but the mind is still there. So in a dream, we experience pain or pleasure only within the mind. So that is swapna avastha. And sushupti is deep sleep. In deep sleep, there is no impression, no dreams, no nothing. In deep sleep, the soul experiences only some. It is called. They sometimes some people compare it to Brahmananda. Brahmananda means the happiness of merging into Brahman. So this happiness is not immediately known by the soul. Why? Because when the soul again awakes, then it says, wow, I slept so nicely. So na kinchit, I could not realize anything. There is a statement in the Upanishads that Sukhamaham, I slept nicely, that I slept so nicely, I could not realize anything. So this realization that I was happily asleep comes only when one wakes up. So in Jagrat Avastha and in Swapna Avastha, there is identification with body and mind in Jagrat Avastha. There is identification with mind in Swapna Avastha. And there is absolutely no identification with body and mind in Sushupti Avastha. So in Sushupti Avastha, the soul is not the experiencer of pain and pleasure. In Swapna Avastha, the soul is the experience of pain and pleasure that the mind experiences. In Jagrat Avastha, the soul is the experiencer of pain and pleasure that the body as well as the mind experience. That is the answer to your query.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for so many fascinating points today. One of those points I wasn't able to catch well when you were explaining about Krishna Prasad versus Bhakta Prasad. When even though we have not performed sadhana at all, Krishna will grant that he can grant prema. He can do what he wants because he's independent.
Right.
So I understand that to be like Krishna Prasad, But when you mentioned Bhakta Prasad, I didn't understand what that one meant.
Yeah. So it
Well,
means that, yeah, even it means that even a pure devotee's association can elevate one to the stage of prema without any prerequisite of performing sadhan. So without any prerequisite of performing any sadhan bhakti, the simple association of a pure devotee of the Lord can immediately elevate one to the standard of pure devotional service. It is very easily possible even by the association of a sadhu. And there are many verses in Chaitanya Charitamrita which is Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hai. It doesn't say Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sadhane Sarva Siddhi Hai. It doesn't say that with sadhan you should associate with a sadhu. It says just without any prerequisite, simple association of a sadhu for a single moment can provide all perfection in life. So simple glance of mercy of Krishna and simple glance of mercy of a pure devotee, it is possible because we cannot keep any prerequisites on Bhakti Devi. Nobody has the right to put any prerequisites on Bhakti Devi. That is the answer to your query.
yeah. So and during that discussion, you were saying that is what I want, Bhakta Prasad, not Krishna Prasad. So not
Yeah.
Krishna Prasad because that's more unattainable. Is that the reason?
Yeah. What I said is what in my life, what I have seen with many people is the tangible experience that one gets very easily is Bhakta Prasad, and it's rarer to get Krishna Prasad. So that's what I want. Then I
Okay.
made a play of words because Prasad also means the food that we eat. So I said I want prasadam without performing any sadhana. So usually in the temples you have to do some seva before you get a prasadam coupon. So I want to get a prasadam coupon without performing any seva.
Yeah. Okay, and thank you. I have one other question. I think it's just
Yeah.
one. When you were talking about, like a personality like Narottam Das Thakur, he one moment he is like in his sadhaka deha, another moment he's like in his eternal, nitya form, in the spiritual world, and and is it that to understand this fluctuation we have to become self-realized ourselves, or what?
See that's what I said. We have to follow in the footsteps of Mahaprabhu, which means following Rupa Goswami, which means Rupa Goswami has said in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that we also need to have our own Sadhaka Deha identity as well as Siddha Deha identity. Sadhaka Deha identity is given to us by our Guru, then they give us initiation. So my Sadhaka Deha identity is Hari Parshad Das. This is my Sadhaka Deha. At the same time, by performing my bhajan, I also need to understand what is my Siddha Deha identity. So both identities need to be understood in this very life itself. Rupa Goswami has said very clearly, Atrahi. In this very life itself, in this we have to understand both identities. It's not that in this life I will execute only Vaidhi Bhakti and I will not execute any spontaneous Bhakti and Krishna will accept me in Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan. That is impossible. Vrindavan is unattainable for those who do not execute Raganuga Bhakti. It is unattainable. Golok Vrindavan is unattainable for those who do not execute Raganuga Bhakti. For those who execute only Vaidhi Bhakti, for them the maximum achievable is that they can become a queen in Dwarka. Nothing above that. Rupa Goswami has said it very clearly in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So if we follow Rupa Goswami's path, it will be very clear how to attain that. And we will follow the same path that Narottam Das Thakur followed, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur followed, Baldev Vidyabhushan followed, all the previous great devotees followed. We have to follow that same path, which is very clearly delineated in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. That is the answer to your query.
And I guess the only exception to gaining that entrance into Goloka Vrindavan without without performing Vaidhi or Raganuga Bhakti is if we were to get that Bhakta Prasad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we can get that Bhakta Prasad, but that I very clearly said it's a rare case. But usually
yeah.
one has to execute some Vaidhi sadhan bhakti or Raganuga sadhan bhakti. Both Vaidhi and Raganuga are sadhan bhakti. One has to execute Vaidhi sadhan bhakti or Raganuga sadhan bhakti in order to attain that Krishna Prasad or Bhakta Prasad. But I sincerely desire that for myself. That was my personal desire.
So if we attain this both the Siddha Deha and Sadhaka Deha, then we can understand a personality like Narottam Das Thakur, how
Yes.
he is
Yes.
both
Yes.
simultaneously.
Yes.
So,
The best way to understand is to undergo the experience.
yes. Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I ask a question?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here all night. No problem. You ask.
Thank you, Prabhu. Please accept my Dandavat Pranams. I was just listening to you on Facebook. I just joined to ask this question. Prabhu, all these people in the Chaitanya Leela, and including even our own Acharya Srila Prabhupada, they are all kind of Parshad Tanus. They are all exalted, empowered souls, and we are not. So whenever we think of their exalted moods, at least I get scared. How can we even attain this level of bhakti? It is, to attain this highest form of bhakti. I mean, can we even attain it? And even though I chant every day, but if you can please elaborate on this, Prabhu. We are not
Okay.
Parshad Tanus.
Right. So to become scared is nice initially, that how can I attain? Yes, we are scared, and initially we become a little overwhelmed when we see that these devotees are executing such nice bhajan. And Srila Rupa Goswami also, he uh, wrote a very nice verse in his Tavamala. I will share this verse with you. This verse I am showing on the screen. You can see the screen. This is the verse by Rupa Goswami. He says, Prachinanam bhajanamatulam tushkaram shrinvato me nairashyena jvalati hridayam bhaktileshalasasya vishwadrichim agaharatava karnyakarunyavicim ashabindukshitamidamupaityantere hanta shaityam. So he says, Prachinanam, Prachin means previous devotees. Bhajana Matulam, when I hear about their bhajan, incomparable bhajan. Dushkaram, how difficult bhajan they executed. Shrinvato me, when I am hearing this, what happens to me? Nairashyena, by nirasha, by dejection, I become so dejected. Jwalati hridayam, my heart starts burning. Why? Because bhakti leshala sasya, because I am such a person who is alasi, who is lazy even in executing a tiny fragment of bhakti. Bhakti lesha alasa. I am lazy in executing even a tiny fraction of bhakti. My heart starts burning when I hear about the previous great devotees. But then, that's what I said. It's good to experience this, but then we should also experience the second half of what Rupa Goswami says. Rupa Goswami says, Vishwadrichim agaharatava karnya karunya vichim. So, when I hear about your Karunya Vichi, about the waves of your mercy, which overflow, which inundate Vishwadrichim, which inundate everybody from the topmost planetary system of Brahma to even to the lower planetary systems like Bali Maharaj, everybody is inundated by your waves of mercy. So then, Asha Bindu Kshitamidam Upaityantare Hanta Shaityam. Hanta, wow. then there is a little drop of cooling happiness that falls on my heart and I become a little more happy. So this is Rupa Goswami's prayer. Rupa Goswami says this, he has also felt, similarly you are also feeling, I am also feeling, we are all feeling that we are utterly ineligible. Who can perform bhajan like Markandeya Rishi? Who can perform bhajan like Dhruva? It's not possible to perform. But as I said, bhakti has no prerequisites. There are no prerequisites for attaining that mercy of Krishna, and it can be available to anyone and everyone who Krishna selects. There is a nice verse in the Upanishads, in the Katha Upanishad. There is a nice verse, and Prabhupada quotes this verse in his purport to Srimad Bhagavatam. I am sharing this Katha Upanishad quote. Prabhupada quotes this extract from Katha Upanishad. नायम आत्मा प्रवचनेन लभ्यो न मेधया न बहुना श्रुतेन यमैवैष वृणते तेन लभ्यस्तस्यैष आत्मा विवृणते तनूं स्वाम. So, Nayam Atma, this Paramatma, the Supreme Lord, na ayam pravachanena labhyah, cannot be attained by hearing so many lectures. Na medhaya, not by intelligence. Na bahudha shrutena, not by any other sadhan such as hearing shastra or doing so many sadhans. No. How is the Supreme Lord attained? Yam eva aisha vrinute, the jiva whom he selects, tena labhyas, that jiva attains Krishna. So the only eligibility for attaining Krishna is that Krishna should select us. And tasya esha atma vivrinate tanuswam. And to that jiva, the Supreme Lord shows his own spiritual form. So the only qualification for attaining Krishna Prem is that Krishna should select us. This is given right there in the Katha Upanishad. So I hope that satisfies your query.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you very much. And Prabhu, you were just mentioning about the Siddha Deha. How is that revealed? And who reveals it? The Acharya?
I can just give an outline of how that is revealed, because it is not, these things should be discussed with one's bhajan guru, a guru who is advanced enough to reveal all secrets of bhajan. That person should reveal this to us, because if everything is revealed on a Zoom call, then what will be the what will
Sorry,
be the
Prabhu, if
benefit?
I have put the wrong question. Sorry.
No, no. It's not, our Siddha Deha cannot be revealed on a Zoom call, and the process to attain Siddha Deha also, it's a very lengthy discussion in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. If we are interested, we will see the second and third waves of the eastern division of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Second, third, fourth waves of eastern division of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Studying with detailed commentaries, very much needed. And resolving of all the doubts from a bhajan guru, that is very much needed. If that happens, then we can understand what is the process. Once we have understood the process, then we can have a hope of attaining the goal. With Mahaprabhu's mercy, attaining the goal will be easy once we understand the process. So that is the answer to your query.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Danvat Pranams, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Pranams. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Prabhuji,
Yeah,
Hare
Hari Bol.
Krishna. This is Param Karuna Das. Dandavat Pranam.
Hari Bol.
All glories
Okay.
to Srila Prabhupada. Wonderful class, Prabhuji. Very, very absorbing. And I learned so many things from this class. The recent explanation that you gave of Nitya was, or Satatam, was
Right.
very enlightening. I can use that in my explanation to other devotees that I happen to
Yes.
speak to. I have a question, Prabhuji. The Raganuga Bhakti and Vaidhi Bhakti path that you mentioned about, and the unattainableness of Sri Vrindavan Dham pastimes. But is Vaidhi Bhakti, and I also understood what you said, it's purely Krishna's mercy. But from our side, what we can do is what we can do. We only have control over that. So is it a correct understanding that we should still very sincerely continue to go down the path of our sadhana and our vidhi, and and just wait patiently for Krishna's mercy. Is that, would that be the practical instruction for all devotees?
Very
Even
important. Very nice. Yeah. That's the question, Prabhu, or is there something more you want to add?
that is the question. I had just a second question, a very short question after that. I
Okay,
can
so
put
this
it
is
up
the
if you want.
second. The second is not related to the first, no?
No,
Or is it related? No.
no,
Okay, so
it is
let's
not.
answer the first. Yeah, so let's answer the first question first. So should we just execute our, you say in your own words, should we execute our own sadhan bhakti, vaidhi bhakti, because that's what is in our control, and let us wait for Krishna to, give us raganuga bhakti. The thing is, vaidhi and raganuga are both within sadhan bhakti. It's a misconception that raganuga bhakti is not sadhan bhakti. Sadhan bhakti has two divisions, and I will show you in the straight words of Rupa Goswami that what are the two divisions of bhakti. Rupa Goswami has said in very clearly. Rupa Goswami has said in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that there are two divisions of sadhan bhakti. So let's see that in the words of Rupa Goswami himself. So let me pull out this verse, and yeah, I am sharing my screen with you. Here it is. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.5, he says, Vaidhi Raghanuga Cheti Sadvidha Sadhana Vidha. Sadvidha, Sa Bhakti is a lady, so Sa Vidha, she is of two types. What is the name of that lady? Sadhana Vidha. That Sadhana Bhakti, that lady is of two types. What are the two types? He says, Vaidhi Raganuga Chaiti. So Sadhan Bhakti is of two types, Vaidhi Sadhan Bhakti and Raganuga Sadhan Bhakti. So it's not that sadhan means only Vaidhi. Sadhan includes Raganuga Bhakti. So sadhana bhakti includes both Vaidhi bhakti and Raganuga bhakti, both are included. So one should understand this thing, that Raganuga is a part of our sadhana. Every morning, Prabhuji, you are executing Raganuga bhakti. Every morning you are executing Raganuga bhakti. Your name, Prabhuji, once again I forgot. What is your name, Prabhu? Your name, Prabhuji, once again I forgot,
Sorry,
Prabhuji.
I was on mute. Param Karunadas.
Param Karuna Prabhu. Every morning, please answer me a question. Every morning, your name is Param Karuna Das. Every morning when you go to Tulsi Aarti, you are chanting one line. Seva adhikara diye. Please complete the line. What is the next thing you say? Seva adhikara diye karo.
Karo Nij Dasi.
But you are Das, Prabhu. Why are you chanting for being a Dasi? So already the elements of Raganuga Bhakti are there in our Sadhan Bhakti. Raganuga is just a branch of Sadhan Bhakti. And without Raganuga Bhakti, it is impossible. Simply on the basis of Vaidhi Bhakti, it is impossible to attain Golok Vrindavan. This is specified in Chaitanya Charitamrita. I will show you the Praman from Chaitanya Charitamrita. You can note down the verse and see that verse in detail. This is Krishna's own statement in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Please see the verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, 3rd chapter, verse number 15. Krishna says, Sakala Jagat Mora Kare Vidhi Bhakti Vidhi Bhakti Vraja Bhava Paite Nahi Shakti. So, Prabhupada's translation. Krishna is saying, everywhere in the world people worship me according to scriptural injunctions. It is Vedic Bhakti. But simply by following such regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Vrajabhumi. It's black and white, Prabhu. Clear, right there. So, if anybody, yourself, myself, any Gaudiya Vaishnava, wants to attain Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan, they must execute Raganuga Bhakti. On the strength of this statement of Chaitanya Charitamrita, I say that any Gaudiya Vaishnava who wants to attain Golok Vrindavan, they must execute Raganuga Bhakti. It is must, it is not optional for them. And Rupa Goswami has very clearly said in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, I will also show you. 1.2.303 Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Please see here. This is the Praman from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Riramsam sushtu kurvan yo vidhi margena sevate. One who has good desire to attain Krishna, but only serves through vidhi marga, only through Vaidhi Bhakti, not through Raganuga Bhakti. Kevale naiva, only through Keval Vaidhi Bhakti. Sa tada mahishitvam iyat pura. He becomes a mahishi, a queen in Pure Dwarka, in Dwarka. The maximum that he can become is a queen in Dwarka. That person cannot enter into Brajabhumi, not even into Mathura. So for entering into Mathura also some Raganuga element is required. What to speak of entering into Golok Vrindavan? That is the answer to your query.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. One, I know it's getting very late, Prabhuji. One very
No,
quick
it's not late
question.
for me. It's for me. My time starts now, Prabhu. You can ask, and devotees can continue asking. I am here. As long as the organizers allow it, I am here. No problem.
My quick question was, after reading Nectar of Devotion, Srila
Hmm.
Prabhupada, which is a summary study, you mentioned about reading commentaries on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. I'm very
Right.
inspired about that. Could you give one or two pointers to what to read and as far as commentaries of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu are concerned?
The most important commentary is Srila Jiva Goswami's Durgama Sangamini. Durgama Sangamini means whatever is difficult in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the commentary makes it easier. That is the name of the commentary, Durgam Sangamani. There is also a commentary by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Artha Ratnalpa Deepika, if I remember the name.
Are these
Artha
available?
Ratna. In Sanskrit, yes, they are, and devotees should discuss. In our society, we should have devotees who discuss these things, because if we don't discuss these things, then how will it be possible that we can understand what Rupa Goswami wanted to say? I agree, summary study is very nice, but there is a reason why Prabhupada called it summary study. That just as in Chaitanya Charitamrita, at the beginning of every chapter, there is a summary study. But we don't stop at the summary study. We move ahead and do the entire chapter with the commentary of Prabhupada. Similarly, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Prabhupada has given a commentary, a summary study. But doesn't mean that we should stop at the summary study. We should study the entire Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu with the commentaries. But the thing is, those commentaries, it's not a simple translation doesn't do. Because just when we read the translation, it doesn't click to us what is the intention of the Acharya behind writing this statement. Sometimes we have to do manan and nididhyasana, deep meditation on what the acharyas have written. Then it clicks suddenly why the acharya has written what the acharya has written, and that requires a lot of quality time in the association of like-minded devotees. So that is the answer.
Thank you very much. Dandavat Pranam.
No problem.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I know
Hari
you
Bol.
go on and on and on because you are very, very compassionate, very kind hearted, very, very merciful, very, very compassionate. But I think so. We want to call you again. So we should not go on and on.
No,
So
you can go. You can, as I said, it's night time, is seva time, no problem. If anybody want, if as long as Bhakti Sangha Japa conference is not getting delayed, till that time we're okay.
for us, it's okay, Prabhu. For us, it's daytime. But okay, I'll just give one more. Anyone has any last question to ask can go ahead, please. But this will be definitely the last one.
Prabhu, which work of Jiva Goswami did you just mention? Then you can just mention again. That helps in.
His commentary on the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is called Durgama Sangamani.
Okay.
Durgama means
Let me write
that
it
which
down.
is difficult, and Sangamani means that which makes easy. So Durgama means whatever is difficult in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the commentary makes it easy to understand. That is the meaning of the commentary. So that is the work of Srila Jiva Goswami. And this is a very beautiful commentary because Jiva Goswami used to fan Rupa Goswami when Rupa Goswami used to write Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So this is a commentator who got his doubts cleared directly from the author. Sometimes the commentator is separated by hundreds of years from the original author. For example, Shukdev Goswami spoke Bhagavatam 5000 years ago, but the commentator Sridhar Swami came thousands of years later. But this commentary is not like that. The commentator Jiva Goswami was fanning the author Rupa Goswami. So we are very sure that he is representing the exact opinions of Rupa Goswami, and he got many of his own doubts cleared by asking Rupa Goswami. So this is a very bona fide commentary on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Could you also repeat the other name, Prabhuji, by the commentary name I didn't miss noting, by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur?
Artha Ratna Alpa Deepika.
Thank you.
A small lamp to illuminate the various meanings of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Artha Ratna Alpa Deepika.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I take only 2 seconds. Koti Koti Dandat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Prabhuji, we not read sincerely Shishi Bhagavatam or Shishi Bhagavad Gita 1, 2, 3 times. Just start before 9 days, Sisi Chaitanya Charnamrita, making notes in Hindi. Pray for us. It is going little hard, Prabhuji. Pray for us that we will do this seva sincerely. हम कीड़ी के पैर जितने छोटे वैष्णव हैं, थोड़ा हार्ड जा रहा है चैतन्य चरणामृत, तो प्लीज प्रे फॉर अस दैट वी विल डू दैट सेवा सिंसियरली. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Sri Radha Gopinath, and all Vaishnavas prayer. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
I'm myself in the same ocean of difficulties when I study various literatures. So my prayers for anyone else will be like the prayer of a student who is himself in difficulty and cannot answer questions. We're all writing an exam, and we are all having difficulties answering the questions. And if one student asks another student to pray, another student will also laugh and say, I am myself having difficulty answering these questions. But in general, I definitely pray that every devotee who's studying Chaitanya Charitamrita, may they all be blessed by Mahaprabhu to understand all the meanings within their hearts, and may they put all their efforts to study Chaitanya Charitamrita as sincerely as possible. Kshanashah Kanashah Chaiva Vidyam Artham Cha Sadhayer Kshane Nashte Kuto Vidya Kane Nashte Kuto Dhanam. By saving kshana, every moment of time, one should attain knowledge, vidya. And by saving kana, by saving little, one penny, one should attain wealth. Because shane nashte kuto vidya, if one wastes moments of time, then how can one attain vidya? And kane nashte kuto dhanam, and how can one attain wealth if one wastes small pennies? So similarly, I pray that every devotee is able to utilize each and every moment of their time in studying and executing their bhajan in all possible ways. That is my general prayer for all the devotees. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anant Koti Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. यदत्र स्खलितं किंचित विद्वांसः पूरयन्तु तत् यदत्र सौष्ठवं किंचित तत् गुरोरेव मे नहि.
Right. Thank you so much, Hari Parshad Prabhu. Thank you once again. So just like every chapter, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, after describing every pastime, he gives some kind of falashruti. So today you gave the blessings to all of us. So we are really grateful to you.
I prayed, Mataji. I prayed. If I give blessings, everybody will have to be careful. Your program may get spoiled, Mataji.
No,
So.
yes, okay, but we take it as a blessing, no matter it's your heartfelt prayers, but we take it as a blessing. Rather, as your coming up from.
Blessing should be taken from an eligible person. A blessing of a person like me who's himself struggling to understand. A blessing from a person like me has no value.
The whole night we argue on this because we take it as a blessing, Prabhu. Please. Thank you so much. And thank you for your wonderful time. Thank you for your wonderful association. And I also request that, a lot of devotees have this question on Raganuga Bhakti and Vaidi Bhakti, because most of your classes I've seen that have turned up into such parts. So I really request, Prabhu, as per your time permits, you can take sessions on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and give us the detailed explanation on it. We are about to end Chaitanya Charitamrita. The last volume is left. So after that, or along with it, as per your time permits, Prabhu, if you can help us, grow in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that would be really great.
Mataji, as and when Krishna allows time to me as well as to the devotees, we'll try to organize something.
Yes.
But it's a very big discussion because there is an entire chapter on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu about it. So I don't know how it can be presented. For presenting 64 limbs of Bhakti, it took me many, with all the commentaries, it took me a lot of videos. So, but for explaining Raganuga Bhakti, it will
Sindhu of
take.
Sindhu, if you can provide us, that will be enough
The,
to inundate this whole world.
the Bindu creates doubt. The doubts are solved only in the Sindhu. Let me be honest. The Bindu creates, it raises many doubts. The Sindhu with the commentaries solves all the doubts. So the true joy is in the Sindhu, because at the end of the day, what do we want to swim in, Bindu or Sindhu?
Obviously, Sindhu.
So what we need is the Sindhu.
Okay, Prabhu, as per your time permits.
Yes, Mataji, definitely. I am thinking about how to go around doing it. It's definitely in my mind.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Really grateful to you. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you all the devotees for joining us, giving us your valuable time, giving us your.
Thank you, Mataji.
So we'll stop here. Let's offer our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha
अथर्ववेश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
की जय
Thank you,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam,
Thank you,
Prabhuji and
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Thank you so much,
Hare
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for your lecture, Prabhuji.